Are you tired of your job? Do you find yourself counting down the minutes until you can clock out? Just about everyone has been there at some point, feeling unfulfilled, undervalued, or simply overworked. You might be stuck in a role that doesn't challenge you, or maybe your efforts go unnoticed. Perhaps the balance between your work and personal life is off kilter, leaving you stressed and drained. If you answered yes to any of these, you are not alone. Let's delve into why this happens. The first reason why people often dislike their jobs is due to a lack of career growth. Picture this. You're in a job where each day feels like a replay of the last, where the learning curve has plateaued and your role has become a monotonous routine. You yearn for opportunities to stretch your skills, take on new challenges, and climb the career ladder. But alas, those opportunities are nowhere in sight. Career progression is vital for maintaining enthusiasm and motivation in the workplace. It's the promise of a better position, a higher paycheck, and more responsibility that keeps us striving to do better and achieve more. And it's not just about getting a fancier job title or a corner office. It's about feeling that you're moving forward, that you're not stuck in a dead-end job. Opportunities for advancement are also crucial. They provide a clear pathway for employees to rise within the organization. Without these opportunities, employees may feel trapped, as if they're running on a treadmill, always working hard but never moving forward. It's like being stuck in a traffic jam, engine idling, burning fuel but not getting anywhere. Then there's the aspect of continuous learning. In today's fast-paced, ever-evolving world, standing still is not an option. We need to constantly update our skills and knowledge to stay relevant. Continuous learning opportunities not only help employees improve their job performance, but also prepare them for future roles. They foster a sense of competence and confidence, which is incredibly empowering. But what happens when career growth, opportunities for advancement, and continuous learning are missing in a job? Employees may feel unappreciated, unchallenged, and unmotivated. They may feel like they're just going through the motions with no real purpose or passion. This lack of growth can lead to dissatisfaction, frustration, and eventually a disliking for the job. So, if you ever find yourself in a job where you're not growing, not learning, not advancing, remember this: you deserve better. You deserve a job that helps you grow, not just as a professional, but as a person. When these are absent in a job, it could lead to dissatisfaction and frustration. Secondly, a toxic work environment can make any job unbearable. Imagine walking into an office where every conversation feels like a battlefield. Office politics can be one of the most draining aspects of a job. You might have to navigate a maze of hidden agendas and power struggles, where doing good work can get sidelined by the need to play the game. Then there's poor management. Have you ever had a boss who micromanaged every aspect of your work, or one who never gave clear directions? Poor leadership can create an environment of confusion and frustration. You may feel like you're always walking on eggshells, unsure of what's expected and how to meet those expectations. And what about your colleagues? A team that lacks camaraderie can make the workplace feel isolating and hostile. When team members don't support each other or work towards a common goal, it can lead to a feeling of disconnection and apathy towards the job. But it's not just about the immediate discomfort. A toxic work environment can have long-lasting effects on your mental health. It can lead to stress, anxiety, and burnout. You might find yourself constantly worrying about work, even when you're not there. It can affect your sleep, your relationships, and your overall quality of life. And let's not forget about the impact on your performance. In a toxic environment, you may find it hard to focus and do your best work. You may start to dread going to work, and your productivity may take a nosedive. So if you find yourself in a toxic work environment, remember, it's not just about enduring the discomfort. It's about recognizing the impact it can have on your mental health and performance, and taking steps to address it. This could mean having open conversations with your team or management, seeking support from HR, or in some cases looking for a new job. A toxic work environment not only affects job satisfaction, but also impacts overall mental health. The third reason is the lack of work-life balance. Work-life balance is more than just a trendy term. It's a critical aspect of a fulfilling career and a satisfying life. It's the equilibrium that ideally exists between the time, energy, and attention we devote to work and the same we dedicate to our personal lives, our families, our hobbies, our personal growth and relaxation. When this balance is off, it can lead to a host of problems. Overemphasis on work can leave us feeling drained, stressed, and disconnected from the people and activities that bring us joy and relaxation outside of our jobs. And this imbalance isn't just detrimental to our personal lives, it can also negatively impact our performance at work. Over time, this imbalance can lead to burnout, a state of chronic physical and emotional exhaustion that can be hard to recover from. Long hours, high demands, and the expectation to always be on can blur the lines between work and home, especially in an age where remote work is increasingly common. This lack of separation can make it feel like work is always looming, making it hard to truly relax even when you're off the clock. Finding an employer that values work-life balance can make a significant difference in your job satisfaction. Companies that promote balance often encourage time off, flexible schedules, and boundaries between work and home. They understand that employees are not just workers, but people with lives outside of the office. Remember, a job is a part of life, not the entirety of it. If you feel like your job is taking over, leaving little room for anything else, it might be time to reassess. You deserve a job that respects your time, values your outside interests, and understands that you're at your best when you're also able to focus on your life outside of work. In conclusion, a job that doesn't afford you time for personal life can turn into a source of stress rather than satisfaction. It's essential to seek balance and to prioritize it when choosing a job or assessing your current position. Fourthly, feeling underpaid for the work you do can make you dislike your job. Now let's take a moment to explore this further. Studies have shown that there is a clear correlation between pay and job satisfaction. It's not necessarily that money buys happiness, but rather it's the principle of the matter. When you pour your heart and soul into your job, clocking in hours beyond what's expected, polishing each task to perfection, and yet your paycheck doesn't seem to match your efforts, it can feel like a slap in the face. It can lead to feelings of being undervalued, underappreciated, and even exploited. Your paycheck is not just about money. It's a tangible representation of your value to the company. It's acknowledgement of your skills, your experience, and your contribution. Feeling underpaid can therefore create a sense of injustice and resentment. It can make you question your worth and can lead to a decrease in motivation and productivity. Now, it's important to remember that feeling underpaid is subjective. It's about perception. You might feel underpaid even when your salary is at par with industry standards. This is where transparency and open communication with your employer can make a big difference. Knowing how your pay is determined and where it stands in comparison to others in similar roles can help alleviate feelings of being underpaid. But what if you are objectively underpaid? If you find yourself in this situation, it might be time to have a serious conversation with your employer. Present your case, backed up by market research and tangible examples of your contributions. If your employer values your work, they should be willing to negotiate a fair compensation. In the end, it's about finding a balance between your efforts and your earnings. Because when your paycheck doesn't reflect your hard work, it's hard to find satisfaction in what you do. The fifth reason is a lack of purpose or fulfillment in your job. This is a big one, folks. You see, we human beings are driven not just by survival instincts, but also by our need for purpose and fulfillment. When these needs are not met, dissatisfaction inevitably creeps in. Imagine spending 8 hours a day, 5 days a week doing something that you don't find meaningful. That's roughly 2,000 hours a year spent on an activity that doesn't resonate with your core values or passions. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's uncomfortable, it's frustrating, and it's unfulfilling. Now, don't get me wrong, not everyone can turn their passion into a profession, and that's okay. But at the very least, your job should align with your personal values and provide you with a sense of accomplishment. It should make you feel like you're contributing to something bigger than yourself. Think about it. When you're passionate about what you do, work doesn't feel like work. It's exciting, it's motivating, and it gives you a sense of purpose. You're eager to face the challenges of the day because you know that what you do matters. But when your job doesn't give you that feeling, it can lead to a sense of emptiness and dissatisfaction. So if you're feeling unfulfilled at work, it might be time to do some soul searching. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What do I value? Then, look for a job that aligns with these values. It might not be easy, but it's worth it. Because when you find purpose in your work, it's not just a job anymore. It becomes a part of who you are. Remember, you deserve a job that not only pays the bills but also gives you a sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's not just about making a living, it's about making a life. Without a sense of purpose, a job can feel unfulfilling and meaningless. So, to recap, the top reasons why people don't like their jobs include: firstly, a perceived lack of career growth. It's discouraging to feel as though you're stuck in a rut, with no opportunities for advancement or development. Secondly, a toxic work environment. This can be due to bullying or harassment, or simply a lack of respect and camaraderie among colleagues. It's hard to feel enthusiastic about a job when you dread going into work every day. Thirdly, a lack of work-life balance. In today's always-on culture, it's all too easy for work to encroach on your personal time, leaving you feeling burnt out and dissatisfied. Fourthly, feeling underpaid. If you're working long hours and still struggling to make ends meet, it's natural to feel undervalued and frustrated. And finally, a lack of purpose or fulfillment. Many people crave a job that makes a difference, or at least aligns with their personal values and interests. Without this, it's hard to maintain motivation and job satisfaction. Understanding these reasons can help you make informed decisions about your career. If you're feeling unhappy in your current role, it might be worth considering whether one or more of these factors is at play. Remember, life is too short to be stuck in a job you hate. You deserve a job that not only pays the bills but also brings you joy and fulfillment. Don't settle for less.
Jobs are the backbone of America. But what if we could create jobs for the future that don't destroy us? At AmericanJobsFactory.org, we're doing just that. We're creating jobs for the future that benefit all workers. We're a nonprofit organization. Because our workers' well-being should not be influenced by money. We're committed to training and educating employees so they can be leaders in the jobs of the future. We're utilizing technology that will continue the growth and training of our employees. We don't believe in layoffs. We're reallocating workers in our network for jobs that fit industry needs. We're revolutionizing the work experience by financing employees to take one day a week off to contribute to organizations like nonprofits that impact their communities. We're creating a network of company partners that are committed to our vision and that support AJF's mission. We're leaders in open source employee information and an easy-to-understand organizational structure. We're training people for the economic jobs of the future by using an apprenticeship model of education. We're committed to ending poverty one job at a time. We're creating a new standard for job creation and employee well-being. We are changing the nature of work. We're committed to creating a world where work is fulfilling and meaningful. Join us at AmericanJobsFactory.org and be part of the solution. End poverty with the jobs of the future.